This is a Marvel Omnibus book review, and this one is called Marvel's Masters of Suspense, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. It is volume 1 of a 2-volume set, and as I'm making this video, volume 2 is not out yet. The cover price here is $100 even, but you could find it online cheaper as I'm making this one. Let's show the inside cover here. And I'm going to take out the dust jacket here for this review to make it a little easier. And what this book is really about is a celebration of the work of Steve Ditko and Stan Lee on the writing. That this is all of their work from Steve before the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange era. Right before then, he was working on a bunch of short stories and one-shots that were like 4 pages, 5 pages, 8-page fillers that in, let's say, the Comics Den, they would compile 3 or 4 different artists for one comic issue, and they'd be assigned like 4 or 5 pages work only. So it was basically short stories, and this is the first time they have been remastered and combined into a format like this. And this is the work of Steve Ditko, as mentioned, and that's what this volume is about, and the next volume. And it's going to end on Amazing Fantasy 15, because by then you could buy the superhero stuff, the Spider-Man Omnibus, the Doctor Strange Omnibus. And so this is the first story here. You can see the colors are remastered. It has sewn binding. It opens up fine the pages. Look at that. And it goes right into, let's say, the next story. There's no covers. The only covers they put in this volume are the one that Steve drew. So if he did the art on that, then they included the cover. If he didn't do the art on the cover, it's not included. Because again, like some of these were just like backup stories or part of other issues. And you don't get the complete comics of those issues. You just get the stories he did art-wise on those issues. And again, it's a celebration of his work and Stan Lee and the writing. A lot of this stuff has not been collected before and remastered. And a lot of it is stuff that I never read before, and chances are that you've never read before either. And this started out, this volume, and the first issue started out was 1956 in this volume. And this goes to 1961. In terms of the volume. So this is the earliest art he did for Marvel, and you see it here. And again, a lot of this stuff you've probably not read before, chances are, and it's combined in terms of the publishing order, in terms of the earliest stories all the way going forward. A lot of this stuff is, again, science fiction, a little horror in it, stuff like that. It's a huge volume. Again, as I'm making this, you could get it cheaper than $100 online, especially if some places have it on sale. A lot of this omnibus stuff, when it goes out of print, it also goes up in value, and then the books become like $200–300 or unaffordable. So the best chance to get it cheapest is when it's first published. Like this volume, I really don't think it's going to get a second print, and if it does, it could take many years. Only the most popular omnibus material gets reprinted usually, but the stuff that's not such popular material, it's been years and it's never been republished again. So chances are this volume I'm talking about will not get a second print, and if it does, it will be a very long time if that happens. Or it might get reduced to an epic collection, but then you're not going to get as many issues volume. And the epic versus the omnibus is just a better quality product. So if you want to get something like this, I would suggest getting the omnibus book. And again, I don't want to spoil it and go through every page of what it's about. Science fiction, fantasy, These are one-off stories, and it's not continued in terms of the characters. And it's really nice. The coloring, the fact that they remastered it, and I'm surprised they even made this type of book, and it's so well presented. This is the artist-specific volume, and I'll show you how many pages it runs all the way to the back here. It is, let's see if you can see it, not too many extras overall though. It's 672 pages of story, not including the extras. So check that out. You can see the quality here. If you've bought omnibuses before, you know what to expect. And I just think that this is a fantastic, well-made volume. And this is the jacket cover to it. It's called Marvel Masters of Suspense, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. This is volume 1. It's a nice edition, and thanks for watching.